Hey, what's happening? Happy Wednesday. It's Daryl here. It's bright early 5 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. Okay, I was all set to do the video. If you watched my previous video, I was all set to do the video talking about the Trump World Beauty Queen handing out dollar bills to unmuzzle people, going around to box stores to giving people $1 to take their masks off. A ridiculous story. But I came across another story yet again. By the time I'm probably not going to, I don't know if I'm going to end up downloading that video because I've told you guys over and over the whole story. So I don't know what I'm going to, if there's anything new that I could add to an actual video. But anyway, I came across this video and I need to talk about this because this stuff like this affects me. Okay. A woman teacher in Temecula, California. This is a funky name for a town. I have never heard of Temecula, California. It's kind of fun to say, Temecula. Okay, so these two, this woman, a teacher, the same people that are all up in arms complaining about what to teach kids. She and her husband are filmed. And it was shared to TikTok and shared again to Instagram. Viewed millions of times. And they were saying that they were attacking two Asian women. There were two Asian women shopping in a mall and looking at dresses or something. And these two, this teacher and her husband, came up to them and started telling them to go back to China. America, this is a free country. Go back to China. And stop spreading, and the first thing that slapped me in the face about this was the pure stupidity and irony of what they were saying here. They're saying America's a free country. Go back to China. Okay, so it doesn't make any sense. She's saying, she's so proud that America is free, but she's telling these people that they can't be free and they have to leave because they're of Asian descent. Now, the two women are Asian Americans. They're American, born in America. So, initially what this teacher is trying to say here is that Americans, we're free to live here, to pursue our happiness and all that. And yet, this couple randomly tries to take away wants to take away these two people's freedoms because they're of Asian descent. America's free, get out. It's so ridiculous. It makes me angry on one hand. Okay, now how this affects me, and it's not like you probably imagine. I've had people, once I've told people that I'm part Native American, I did a video on that. I've had people just become completely different towards me. But how this affects me is because a lot of times I feel that I look my age, and I have a complexion of a Caucasian American. I have the look of what a lot of people might consider somebody that might vote for Donald Trump, and this sticks in my mind. Let me talk about this, like one incident. Just last week, I was walking my usual rounds here in town. And me and this other guy crossed paths, this guy walking his dog every morning, and I say good morning to everybody. And some people just kind of are in their own world. So they don't look up or acknowledge other people or whatever. And he was kind of like that, so no problem. But one morning, his dog he lets the dog loose. It's 6 a.m. There's nobody in the park. And the dog kind of ran, not even up to me, but within 30 or 40 feet of me. And this guy got all nervous. He's like, come back here, get back. And he called the name. And, and he was adamantly trying to call the dog back. And this is kind of ironic because I just did a video back a little while back where this other guy allowed his dog to run up and bite me, not once, but twice, 2 different occasions. A Caucasian guy, by the way. But anyway, so this guy in this park with his dog, he's an African-American man. And he's almost, I almost hear panic in his voice. Get back here to his dog. And the dog seems friendly and everything. And then the dog goes back and he says, I'm so sorry, sir, I apologize. And it seemed to me like this guy was worried. he was worried how I was going to react to him and his dog. And I hate that. I don't know. This could be all in my mind. But sometimes I get the feeling, because I'm in my 50s, I'm a Caucasian guy in my 50s, that some people might think that I'm a Trump supporter, that I might be more aggressive towards them. We've all seen the videos with people calling on Caucasian guys or Karens calling the cops on black people just living their lives. And that's the first thing that came into my mind. Because this guy seemed, the dog, I see this dog every day. And he's happy and well-behaved and everything. And this guy seemed overly nervous. I'm sorry, sir. He actually said, "I'm so sorry." And I was like, no problem. And I think I said, I love dogs. And, we just went on our way. And it just seemed out of character. The guy seemed way too nervous. And that kills me. I don't know. Like I said, this could be all in my head, but a lot of times it bothers me. Because people like this give everybody else, other Americans, a bad name, a bad look, a bad, I don't know if that made any sense, but so anyway, and then the part about the spreading disease. I did a video yesterday, the day before, talking about, I still believe this came from a wet market. And this is my point. It seems that Trump supporters want to blame this. They want to pin everything on China, like an aggressive, so what is their goal here? To actually go to war with China, for hostilities? In the back of my head, I think they picture this as some big conspiracy. That Democrats in China made this up to steal Trump's presidency away. Which is, come on. There's a lot easier ways to do this than to infect millions of people with this. The way I see it is, if something's happened, it does no good to go back and to punish China, even if it did come up in a lab. Obviously, it got out of hand and it didn't go the way they wanted. It was a mistake because it infected their whole country. So what would be the purpose of going to war? To teach them a lesson? How does that teach them a lesson? More death and dying through more war. It seems pointless. If we want to learn a lesson, I think the whole world needs to clamp down, because I'm sure if China is doing studies to weaponize something like this, then I'm sure America is. I'm sure all the bigger nations are too. So the best way to handle this, even if we don't believe, is to make sure there's no studies to clamp down on any studies, on any experiments that weaponize stuff like this, because sooner or later it will get out of hand. But I just don't see any purpose in attacking China or another country, because that'll just create more hostility, more death, and it won't teach anybody anything. Those are my thoughts on that. The video's down below. I found it incredibly ironic and just stupid that these people are yelling in the same sentence. America's free. Go back. Get out of here. It doesn't make any sense. You're telling another U.S. citizen, this is America. Get out, because of the way they look or their ancestry. It's just, oh God. This is why I do not like Donald Trump.